Hey guys, what's up? It's Mike V from What the Fuck America. I want to welcome you guys to this week's episode where it's a hot one. We're going to have a special guest star today, Fro Frizzle from Omaha. All right. And we're going to have a special hip-hop edition show for you today where we are going to talk about Fro Frizzle and what he's up to, the Omaha music scene. And actually, believe it or not, Rob and I did our own music back in the day. So stay tuned, stick with us for today's show. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to What the Fuck America. This is your host, Mr. Mikey V. I'm here with your boy Rob. What up, Rob? How you doing?
What up? How y'all doing out there?
Good, man. How you doing, Sarah? Were you here in the house with us today?
What's up, guys?
Hey, what up? So, we got an awesome show for you guys today. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We know we usually talk about these hot topics and we're on these things, but we're going to try something a little bit different. We got a guest star today, Fro Frizzle from Omaha. He's a musician. He's a artist out there. Rob and I can actually speak a little bit to that because we produced music and we created our own group and sound. What'd you say, about 20 years ago now?
Yeah, it's been about, 2000, 2001, 2002?
Right. It's been a minute, man. So
20 years.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to just talk about the differences a little bit, man. We're going to talk about what it was like then and what it's like now, you know, some of the tools we use, some of the fashions and things. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and introduce our guest star, Fro Frizzle from Omaha. Fro Frizzle, are you there? Are you on the line?
Yeah, what's good with you guys, man?
Hey, what's
Fro
up,
Frizzle,
brother?
what up, man? Ain't seen you for a minute.
I know it's been a minute.
What up?
What up? You know.
That I'm my boy back in my home land. So how's Omaha out there, buddy?
Bro, I mean, I love the Midwest, man. I love Omaha. I've been everywhere, California, Arizona. Yeah, I mean, a couple of states. I've been down south, and just something about Omaha, man. Something about the Midwest, bro. I really dig the vibe out here. I really enjoy the people, the music scene. You guys could attest to that. I fuck with Omaha heavy, man. Like this is my home for sure. So, you know, it feels good.
Yeah,
It feels good to be back.
I ain't been back since low 7, I think. So
It's been a minute for you, bro.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
When's the last time you been back, Mike?
I think the last time I was there was 2014. I met up with Fro Frizzle actually, and another good friend of ours, Joel. And that fool actually called me Rattlesnake Mike V because I came from Montana at that time, so I was all country and shit. And he was like,
You look like a
Rattlesnake.
You look like you're hunting rattlesnakes.
Yeah, that's Mikey's unofficial hip hop name. Rattlesnake Mike V.
Rattlesnake Mike V, bro. Like, hey, when I get back into it, when I drop my next EP, man, that's gonna be the name of it. Rattlesnake Mike V.
Better cut Joe his 10%.
Yeah, man. So basically, what we did, Rob. Okay. So for all of you guys out there who don't know who we are, H.F.L. was a rap group that Rob and I created. Actually, it was Rob, I, and my brothers. Johnny Fro is one of those brothers. He's the youngest brother of our family. And we were the creators of High for Life, the rap group out there in, I guess it was in Glenwood when it really started, but it kind of transitioned out to Omaha. We did hip hop music, man. We wrote it, we managed ourselves, we purchased our beats and we found the studios to record them out of. We actually got ourselves on the radio a couple times, did a couple, at least in those days was big shows. Do you guys remember the Pepsi Blue? You remember when or like, what was it, Crystal Clear Pepsi or something?
Pepsi Blue.
Yeah.
Was it? It was like 2003, I think, man. Like we did that show. It had all those hot concept cars that were like coming out in 2004, and it looked all like it was cars that nobody had seen yet. They had like what we know now is low profiles, which everybody has, right? You know, because like
doing shows in 2003 still.
What's that?
I can't. I'm trying to remember where we're doing shows in 2003 because I remember when 9/11 happened. That's when we were really creating the H.F.L. album. Was during that first year we were creating
9/11.
the
When 9/11 happened, we were doing like Dangerous. That very first song we were because we lived in we lived in that house, the White House right there across the street from MIP Martin. Yep. And
South Grove.
South Grove. There you go, right there, South Grove Street, bro. There you go.
Yeah, so that means it took us a while to get the first album out. And how many songs was it? Was it like 12? Did we do 12 songs or was it 6?
No, it was 6. We didn't do no 12 songs. And then on top of that, it took us like a year to get the song out. Do you remember we had to re-record one of the songs that we did because Jeremy said his age? And he was like, when we recorded it the first time, he was like, 21, something. And then it was like, by the time it came out, this fool was 23. And like, we had to go re-record it so he could say, I'm 23, blah, 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 you know?
Hey, before all that, before you guys even got that record out, do you guys remember the tape? How you guys recorded that first Dangerous record with All Girls Singing the hook?
Yeah, we was just talking about that yesterday, me and Mike, with the Little Mo beat.
I remember the Little Mo beat.
Yeah, Superman or Superwoman, something like that.
Yeah. That song, that's when we thought we were the shit. When we first put that and recorded that, we thought we were the shit. We were bumping it all day, all night, at the parties.
Y'all recorded that on a karaoke machine. That's how.
Nick's karaoke machine.
Bro,
that's what started everything. We were just hanging out. We were all into music, and we decided to do that song, and we recorded it on the karaoke machine, and that's what pumped our heads up and blew our heads up, and we're like, fuck it, let's do this shit for real.
Yep.
Let's find a studio. Let's start making songs. And I had to connect with Keep Crawl over in Omaha with the beats. Pocket Pete. Yeah. So big shouts out to them because they was doing their thing out there in Omaha. They was holding it down. They were opening up for big names, Do or Die, Twister, all them back in the day. Right. So it was kind of cool that I had to connect through my little hood experiences over in Omaha that I connected and linked up with them. So we were able to get these that's dope beats that back in the day, they were pretty dope. You know, they were Midwest type beats from Kool-Aid.
They were hot beats for those days. That was the hot beat, bro. Like they were making hot beats. And then on top of that, being in Omaha was and still is, I think, is a perfect way for a musician to come out. It's a small city with big connections, you know what I mean? Like a lot of big people know about
the city, man, where it's waiting for that big name.
It's waiting for that Fro Frizzle to blow up. That's what it is.
And Johnny Fro, he done took it. Johnny back then was like what? How old was Johnny back then?
Check it out. I was 9 years old. I was 9 years old when y'all put me on stage in that robe in the H.F.L. beanie, and I did that.
It was at the Mile Away.
We did the intro. Oh no, that was when you guys made me do that fucking battle rap, and that dude made me cry because he called me fat.
The Scooby-Doo rapper or whatever. Yeah. Hey, this dude got a piece of the first prize though, because the guy that won the first prize brought him on stage and gave him daps for.
It was MO Chaos. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. It was MO Chaos. And he came up to me because he won, and he gave me half the winnings. It was all like, just keep going, bro. Just do your thing. And I was all like, it was cool. I was 9 years old, but I saw you guys doing it. When you guys did your first session at Darren's and shit. So that's all I wanted, bro. That's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? It's like I saw you guys doing it, and I wanted to do that.
Man, that's what we wanted. We wanted that
And
so bad, Rob.
Johnny actually became like just way colder than any of us, though, in my opinion. Like,
well, see, I took a little bit from everybody. You know what I mean? I took a little bit of Mike's fucking insight and see, the thing about Mike that I respect and I admire is he had a vision beyond, say, if we're looking 20 yards, he's looking 40, he's looking 50. You know what I mean? He always had a knack of knowing what direction it was going to go and wanted to be there before everyone else. And like Rob, you just like still one of the illest verses or beginnings of a verse that I've ever heard any artist, period. You know what I mean? I got lost up in this game, selling cane. I seen a little waves out of man. Like, hey, bro, like that shit is cold as fuck because like back then it was just like, oh, that was hard. But like being an adult and understanding that sense of feeling trapped in the sense that it was like, this is my only way out, you know, so to speak. Like, dog, that shit's hard as fuck. You know what I mean? And Hogan had bars too. Hogan had bars and that rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hogan
Hogan
had that bounce in his shit. Hogan had that bounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Nick V was
and
on
his flows were more educated as well too, like because he was the older one out of the group, so you know he had a little bit more experience as far as vocals and lyrics.
Yeah, there was always a message with Hogan's shit. You know what I mean? And Nick V, he had, you know, he was on that Drake Busy Bone singing and rapping hybrid shit before we even knew what the fuck that was. You know what I mean?
Dude, Nick.
Nicky V was dope, bro. That song he made, that one song on that tape that he had, that shit was the hardest thing I think that shit, it should have made it, bro.
I want to get high, yeah, in the motherfucking sky, yeah. Bro, like.
That was dope.
Oh my God.
Does he still have it?
No, well, I don't know where the fuck that's at.
That is, dude. I was surprised when you showed me those songs on that link that you sent me. Oh my God, dude. I was like, dude, I literally haven't heard these songs in probably a decade plus. Like,
yeah, and if you guys are interested in checking out our old music that we did back in the day, about 20 years ago, we'll leave a link. We'll flash the link now, and we'll leave a link in the description so you guys can go check out the music.
We had fun doing that, bro. We had a lot of fun doing that. We were on the radio. Shouts out to Channel 94.1. I don't know if the guy's still there, but it was DJ Corey Young at the time. He was the guy that was with us, and also another guy who was a promoter at the time, Houston Alexander. I think he's out there doing big things too right now. Still, so like that's his city right there, dude. Like. Those people helped us come up and put our talent.
Yeah, we
there.
actually met Houston before he actually became a UFC fighter.
Yeah, so, Boys and Girls Club. I remember we met him, man. That dude gave us our first chance, bro. Like, and yeah, I think that was our first step in. He gave us the shout out. We went for the audition there at the Boys and Girls Club on 24th Street in Parker, I think it was, in Omaha. We were like the first multicultural group. We were the only group there that was like not predominantly black and doing rap music. And like, he like hooked us up, man, gave us a shot, you know, because we had heart. We had flow. We showed him that we could do it. And
I believe we could have won that show too. I don't know if we were getting hated on because there was a lot of competitors, you know, it was a lot of groups that came to do that show, and then whoever won the show got to do something. You're talking about the show that we did with Pepsi Blue or Pepsi Crystal Clear. No, I'm talking about the Planet Soul. Remember, we had to compete, and it was like we had to go first. Like they drew names, and for some reason H.F.L came up first, so we had to perform first, but we was rocking the crowd. And it was a different sound.
You remember? And we actually made it to the next round.
And go through like 50 other groups.
Right.
And people who won were closer to the end. Like they done forgot about everything that happened before. You know what I'm saying? Right. When whoever else, I can't remember, it was some I think it was some of them small town gangsters that won over in Omaha.
Wasn't it the A-Team?
I want to say, I don't know, the General, small town. They just call they GDs, I think, out of Chicago. But they were the ones that
I thought they were called the Triads. Remember those
nah,
guys?
they didn't win. Triads didn't win shit.
Oh, okay.
Triads. We did a show with Triads.
Yeah, the Triads. We did the show with the Triads, and then we did the show with Noise Wave.
Yeah.
And over at the Ranch Bowl, when the Ranch Bowl was a thing, holla, whoever remembers the Ranch Bowl, y'all.
Yo, they just did a documentary on that shit, and they had like some of the artists that would perform there at the Ranch Bowl. I mean, anyone who's from Omaha knows that was like the move. Like nowadays, it's the waiting room or the slow down and shit like that. But back then,
what about Sokol too? Sokol Hall.
So Sokol's still there, bro. I was blessed to be able to perform there a couple of times, but it was the Ranch Bowl was the spot. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that was almost like a rite of passage.
Yeah, you had to. If you didn't make it into the Ranch Bowl, then it was like nobody really heard about you. Like they didn't hear you.
So it's funny how you guys said that Houston gave you guys your first shot, because I mean that's how it was with me. You know what I mean? I linked up with one of the homies, Access. He's dude's a dope ass artist. You know what I mean? He does a lot for the community. Raising awareness and spirituality, shit like that. And he was like, "Yo, bro, if you want to get on the radio, you need to go see Houston on Tuesdays at the radio station. You go in there, you bring them a demo. If he fucks with you, you get put on." It was called the Powerhouse, and it was just Sunday nights. You go up there to the radio station. He interviews you. He plays your music. It was just a dope ass platform for local artists. And so that Tuesday, I wake up all early and I didn't want to go, bro. Like I just felt weird. I was like, nah, I'm not trying to go. My manager Joel at the time, he was like,
partied the night before or something.
Bro, I was incapacitated to say the least. And he you know what I mean? He got to cooking the eggs and the bacon, got me up, and we go to the radio station, dude. And I had my demo, and I was just like, Houston Access told me to come down here, and he calls me up to the radio station. He calls me up to the studio. So I go up there, and he don't even take my demo CD. You know what I'm saying? He just fucking put on a beat and was like, spit. And I was like,
hey.
And
put him on the spot like that.
Straight up, like, and that's how Houston rolls, bro. That's his shit. If someone's like, okay, I do music, I do this, and that, the first thing he does is spit. Go.
Right.
Show me what you got. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy that Joel had the presence of mind to record this whole interaction, because I got it on my Instagram. The first time I spit for Houston is on video, and I remember what I said. I said, "Ain't no one on the shit I'm on. I'm a beast like Alexander in the octagon. Make them tap, then proceed to get my roster on."
So you said you have that clip with you?
Yeah, man, I got that clip. Like,
all right, shit. Let's check this out, guys.
He's like, "I want you to come at a certain part."
No, this is where it drops right here. Right here.
Yeah. Ain't no one on the shit I'm on. I'm a beast like Alexander in the octagon. Make them tap, then proceed to get my roster on. H.F.L on my back, switch your feel with grain crack. You compared to me, that's just pitiful and weak. Trying to fill a legend streams like that boy Joey Meeks, huh? I'm on my Mamba mentality. Weak MCs ain't nothing but some casualties. You can't see me, guaranteed that you're smelling me. Smoking West Coast, about to make a toast. First car I'm trying to buy, either Rose or a Ghost. Blowing Vegas out in Vegas, waiting for the club to pay us. Flow so shocking, they're like, Frizzle, why you tase us? Excuse my behavior, but I be a slayer. Franchise player, ain't no way y'all can trade them. Ball like the Raiders, crack a booty chest like that boy DJ Hayden.
Yeah. So that was it right there,
bro. Yeah,
that was
bro.
it.
That shit is hot.
So what he told me was, he was holding his son at the time, and he goes, "I fuck with you because when you was rapping, you had my son's attention. He's 18 months old." He said the fact that you was spitting and this kid was quiet, looking at you like that, like he was like, man. So after I did the freestyle tryout, like shit just blew up, bro. Like they had me on the show. I did the show, and I was marketing at the time a feature that I got from the artist by the name of Jelly Roll. One of my really good friends to this day.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but Houston Alexander he will put you on the spot too. Because remember, Mike, when we first went up to him, he was like training some at a boys group at a high school or something. He was at with some boys. I can't remember what he was doing. Yeah, the boys club or something, and we had to perform. He made us perform Animosity in front of everybody that was there.
In front of all the people.
Like,
that was the audition.
Yeah. So that's the reason why he let us get into the Soca Hall with.
That was the audition for Planet Soul. That was when we did that at the Boys and Girls Club on 24th Street in Parker, I think.
That's Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this motherfucker's like, okay, if you're about that action, let's fucking see. And there was plenty of times where, he would, hey, come, let's go grab a drink. Let's go check this out. Because Houston is so invested in the hip hop community out here. It's crazy, bro. He will support anybody who's doing it. As long as you're serious, as long as you put 110 into it, Houston's going to be there. So there's plenty of times where at shows and shit that I'm not even performing at. And Houston will be like, hey, bro, go up there and spit. Get up there. Go up there and do something, bro. Show these motherfuckers how it's done. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, damn, Houston over here stepping on toes and shit.
Hey, well, you got to go get it. You got to go get it.
And I would always use the term I'm a on-call rapper, because with Houston, this motherfucker, it's Wednesday night, and this motherfucker will call me and be like, hey, bro, you want to open up for Too Short? Like, what? Like, all right, Friday. Hey, Friday, be there. Sound check's at 6. And I'm just like, the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Me and my boy Enzi, we was doing these, we was doing these shows and shit, but after I got in with Houston and I showed him my shit, Houston kind of became like a little low-key manager, you know what I mean? Because all the shows, bro, I'm talking Too Short, Juicy J, fucking.
Okay. Hold that thought right there. Let's back it up a second. Let's see. Okay, so real quick, after H.F.L, after Rob and I kind of, we were letting it go, because at that time it was it was becoming too much to handle. We were growing up and becoming adults, and we needed to.
We got separated. Basically, Mike and them went to Arizona. I was off in like Florida somewhere. Or, and then we got caught up with our females and just basically living separate lives. So it was kind of hard. Just life, really. Just
life, man. You grow and go. But anyway, because we had put Fro Frizzle in so young. Like when he started as a 9-year-old, by the time we were ready to give up or at least pass the torch, he was in his prime. He was a young teen. He was like 15, 16, starting to take over what we had kind of laid out. It wasn't too much, but
bro, you guys got to give yourself more credit than that, because you guys showed me the whole blueprint. You know what I mean?
No, but I mean, what I'm saying is like, as far as what we accomplished as artists in Omaha, you would say that, but we did get on the radio. We did play some of the bigger events that happened in Omaha once they knew who we were. But, our consistency kind of went down. But then that's when Fro Frizzle came in and took over that reign. And then he kind of just went up with that, right? And started doing his thing.
Yeah, dude, I was about 15.
Once you did that, once you did that, why don't we tell the viewers some of the experiences that you've had along the way, some of the people that you've been able to work with because of your talent and because of some of the people that you've been working around, Joel and Houston and stuff. So, who are some of the rappers that you've opened for? Who are some of the people that you met in your life?
Man, bro, Trey the Truth, Lil Boosie at Baxter Arena. That was a major one. You know what I mean? That was an arena show. Twista, Too Short, Juicy J, MGK, Kevin Gates on my birthday. Bro, that was a major ass show.
Kevin Gates.
Bro. One of the biggest shows that I've done was the Grassroots Festival out here in Omaha, and that was Lupe Fiasco, that was Logic, who just retired. You know what I mean? Mac Miller, rest in peace. Got a chance to chop it up with him. Fetty Wap was supposed to be there. Schoolboy Q was supposed to be there. Like, it was a big ass, it was a 3-day festival. You know what I mean? And that was the first time that I really felt like, fuck, like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day. Like, I didn't get a chance to really enjoy. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, bro. Like, you know, I was just talking to somebody and I was like, I didn't get a chance to really enjoy that shit because I wasn't living in the moment. You know what I mean? Everyone saw me doing TV and shit like that and going on tour, but they didn't know that I was fucking struggling, bro. I was sitting there trying to figure out, well, okay, where my next meal gonna come from? Where am I gonna stay? You know what I mean? I had a blessing in my manager and one of my really good friends, Joe Ryben, you know, who kind of just put you know, had the same vision that I did and put all of his belief in me. And, you know, whether it be having an outfit for a show ready for me or fucking having a plate to eat or a couch to sleep on, like that shit.
Well, like this is what a lot of artists go through, honestly.
No, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
I mean, that's the epitome of what they call a starving artist. I think that's where the term comes from. Is they're starving literally, and they're starving to get that deal. You know what I mean? They want their talent to be seen. And sometimes, yeah, man, some of these artists, they're, even though you see them in music videos and it looks like they're living the life and stuff, you know, until you really land that really big deal, man, it's kind of it's a normal job. It's like a normal job. It's like going to work and getting your ass kicked at work and coming home after 8 hours. Like, fuck, dude, this is exhausting. Like,
right, bro. And that was the first, you know, 2 or 3 years back in Omaha, just doing these shows. And then we linked up with Houston. And like I said, after that interaction with Houston, it was just like, it took the fuck off. And, you know, then we're doing these big names at these big venues. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, come catch us at Gillies in fucking Fremont. No, right. Dude, we're at Sokol with MGK. We're at the Waiting Room with fucking, you know, Twista, Too Short. You know,
I also seen that you did like a comedy show skit or intro or something, didn't you? Like
oh yeah. And then, you know,
promotional deal for
Houston having all the avenues that he has. People don't really know this because, you know, he got that tough guy persona, but this motherfucker is funny as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this dude's hilarious. And he got this avenue with Omaha Live. It's kind of like a Saturday Night Live.
I think I've seen that or seen something about that a while back.
With Omaha stand-ups and Omaha improv artists and shit like that. And I was blessed to be on that show as well. So it's like, really, Houston Alexander has a lot of credit as far as getting me to where I was at. Because all that shit perpetuated and snowballed into me being able to go on my first national tour with Jelly Roll and having the connects that I have through there. Bubba Sparks.
Yeah, so
DJ
tell us a little
Paul.
bit about that. How okay, so you were saying you had a national tour with Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
And I see that guy, he's blowing up right now. He's trending hot on YouTube right now. He just hit his, I think, a 1 million subscriber mark. I saw that he got a plaque, and he's like dropping songs and videos like every week, every Thursday he's got a song out. Yeah, I follow that guy. He's pretty cool, man. I like him. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, bro.
What's up with the videos, man?
Tell it. What videos?
Mean, a lot of people are doing videos, you know, for YouTube. That's how they get exposed and stuff. Have you thought about going that route?
Yeah, man. Like, you know, me and Enzi got a video out for our song "Too Much," which, you know, that song has been in rotation at several radio stations in and outside the Omaha market, which is, you know, a huge blessing and a testament to that national tour. Because, you know, every city that we hit, bro, we was over there shaking hands and kissing babies. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on, you know, Instagram, shit like that. And I think that was the difference between my journey and your guys' journey, because there was no fucking social media. You guys literally had to be out there shaking hands, kissing babies,
selling CDs,
shows,
man,
selling shows or selling CDs, selling tickets. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta babble some shit and upload it to the masses, and if it's hot, it's hot. You know,
it's a lot easier to get known today than it was, you know, 20 years ago. basically.
Well,
For sure.
it's really a double-edged sword though, because motherfuckers online could kill your shit, kill your momentum, kill your spirit before you even take the fuck off.
Right.
So it's like, you know
a
what
lot
I mean?
more people that got access to it. They can
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot more competition out there now too.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Oh, yeah.
hella saturated. Hella saturated.
You know, so how I got on with that tour was, you know, Joel's favorite rapper was Jelly Roll, or is, like, you know what I mean? And I had never heard of the dude, but anytime Joel would be like, yo, let me show you this, and Jelly had this video on YouTube. It was a 10-minute freestyle where he just spit for 10 fucking minutes. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. And Joel was like, yo, dude, if I can get you a verse, would you do it? Like, you know, absolutely. You know, so I remember how that whole transaction went down, you know, and we sent him the record that I have called Let's Match. And we sent him that shit, and his manager was like, all right, it'll be done in about 2 hours. We'll get to you. 2 hours turned into 4 hours. 4 hours turned to 8 hours. 8 hours turned to fucking, you know, 9.5 hours. And Joel was like, oh,
Welcome
shit,
to
we got
editing,
robbed.
bro.
He got us, bro. Like, you know what I mean, man? Fuck this. Like, let's go to the bar. So we go to the bar, and we're just getting shit-faced because for all intents and purposes, we just gave this dude who we have no idea who he is or where he's at $450, and we ain't getting shit back. So, hey, so check this out. So, we go to the bar, we get faded, bro. Fucking just plastered. And we get a text like, hey, what's your email? We're sending it off. And we're like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Jump in the Uber. We fucking make it back to the crib. And it's in our email right there. Let's Match, Jelly Roll, Fro Frizzle. So we're like, oh, shit. High-fiving, jumping up. Like, motherfucker, we did it. Like, you know. And we bring it up.
You remember that feeling, Rob?
Dog.
First day we recorded Dangerous in that studio. That was that same feeling right there, bro. We're famous. No,
dude, like, you know what I mean? It was a big fucking deal. Right. And we were like, we didn't get robbed. Like, you know, so
we didn't get robbed.
We play the fucking, and this is how little we knew about the music industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
We opened the fucking file, and there's tons of fucking file. First, he sent the whole wave, so whoever was mixing down on shit could manipulate the voice, do all that shit. You know what I mean? So he was actually doing us a service, and we were just like, "What the fuck is this?" We play the first thing, and it's literally just this. Let's match. All right, yeah, run that back. And I was like,
"Is that the song?"
Fuck. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh hell no. But like I said, that was he was sending ad libs for us to put in. He was sending everything that he did so we could just like make it sound as best we possibly could. You know what I mean?
As professional as possible.
Professional as fuck. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we didn't know nothing about that shit. He's like, let's get in the booth and spit. Like, you know what I mean? This motherfucker sent us the whole blueprint. And I was like, what the fuck is this? You know? And I sent it to my engineer and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Bro, and I can tell you that'd confuse somebody. Somebody who doesn't know what they're fucking with when they're fucking with wave files and shit, and someone sends you a whole song and you just got wave forms everywhere. You're like, whoa.
You don't know what the hell it is.
Dog, I thought this fool sent us the bloopers and shit. That's why I said to Joel. I was like, hey, bro, he sent us the fucking bloopers by accident. What the fuck? Like, but, you know, and we did that record, you know, we got it mixed down. Well, I got it mixed down at Make Believe. You know, it was a premier studio out here in Omaha. You know, a Grammy nominated producer. He works with, you know, Terrace Martin, who, you know, won Grammys with Kendrick Lamar, and, you know,
go check them out, y'all.
Bro, yeah. Make Believe Studios, man. So it's like Rick Carson is a really good friend of mine, man. Really good friend of mine. That was a big deal to have a national artist, so to speak, on a record getting mixed down at one of the top studios in the country. Fuck the state, we're talking the country, and have dudes that's rubbing elbows with Terrace Martin and Kendrick Lamar and shit like that working on my record. I took a lot of pride in that shit, like, you know. For sure, and we did that record, and Jelly happened to be coming into town that following week. So we hit him up. Like, I was like, hey, bro, you're coming to Council Bluffs. And he knew it, right? He knew who we were right off top. I was like, come to the show. You know what I mean? He came to the show, showed him how the record came out. And instantly he was talking about, doing a video and doing this. It was crazy how kind of we clicked. You know what I mean? We went out to eat. We chopped it up. We burned. We kind of just became friends with them. And he sat there and in the back of this little Sprinter van told us everything that he was about to do. I got this record. We're doing this shit with Uncle Cracker, and we're going to do this record with Baba Ba, So. We're doing these tours. And
this led into your tour to the
yeah,
tour
oh yeah.
you were on with them.
That following year, a year went by, and he got that Uncle Cracker record. Sunday morning, he's doing these shows with Kid Rock. He's on these reality shows and shit like that. Like right. This motherfucker had a game plan and said, "This is what the fuck I'm gonna do." And a year goes by exactly, and he's doing everything that he said he was gonna do. That to me that was inspiration. You know what I mean? I was just sitting with this dude in the back of a fucking 3-captain chair Sprinter van, taking dabs, talking about essentially what sounded like pipe dreams to fucking
to
this
actually doing it,
making it happen. You know what I mean? And
this led you into working with other artists and stuff like Bubba Sparks. You said you work with that guy too?
Oh yeah, dude. Bubba got a chance to listen to some of my music that I'm about to release before anyone else. You know what I mean? Kicking it late night with him in the hotel room after a show. He showed me his
booty rocking everywhere.
Hey, bro. Speaking of which,
Their Love. You remember that song?
Yeah, I remember.
was your booty rocking everywhere when that came out?
We don't talk about it.
Hey,
that's funny.
I was a special guest judge for a Miss New Booty contest, Omaha 2018. So,
Johnny, I got a question for you then. Do you feel, because something in the music that kind of killed my music, I mean, I still always have love for the music, but trying to actually make it and become like a super rock star, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you have to sell your soul to get there?
Do I have to what?
The way I'm learning to get that big star status, you got to sell your soul to get there. What do you think about that?
Revelation,
Illuminati shit? I mean, metaphorically, or like, do I think that, the Men in Black is gonna come knock on my door and be like, "I'm here," and like the bitch from fucking Little Mermaid, the shit comes out of my mouth? Like, no, I don't think that necessarily, but your priorities get mixed up in wanting that success, wanting that fame, wanting that money or attention. Your priorities get mixed up. Now, I'm a testament to that too. I have 2 little girls that, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I was not around for because I was chasing this dream. I had a vision of where I saw myself in the best possible way that I could provide for my little girls was through this medium. So I went at it, bro. Like, that's all the fuck I did. I didn't have a job. I didn't fucking finish school. Like, you know what I'm saying? I put my entire self into this music. You know what I mean?
Would you say that as an artist that has changed for you, that your priorities and how you're putting together your albums and your songs and I guess the path on how you take to make your dream happen, has that changed since from when you first started this?
Yeah, man, because I picked up a lot, bro. Like, I learned a lot from Bubba, and I slept on Jelly's couch for like 2 months, and sat in on recording sessions and business deals.
You guys are family guys too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you got to see what it was like for these like quote unquote big time artists that are like doing videos with girls and stuff everywhere. You get this kind of feeling like, oh, maybe they live the single life, they party every night, they are just out on the town and living it up, right? But really they got families, right? And they got
what it was is it was all reassurance for me, because it's like all these, Jelly has a daughter, he had to be away. He had to do these shows. He had to do this. So I felt less guilty about it, because that shit weighed on me, bro. That shit fucking weighed on me. Like, I mean, it still does to this day. But
I think when you take it to a serious point, though, like when you become serious about your music and you take it to a point where you could actually get paid from it, I think that changes things a little bit, because you can't be a parent and just be sitting back, going to the studio, kicking flows. You know what I mean?
right.
You gotta have an end goal,
bro. It's a job. It's a fucking job. You know what I mean? Getting signed up on ASCAP or BMI is something that tiny, or LLCing up and making it a business separates the hobby rappers from the motherfuckers that are doing it. And that's why I was talking to Rob earlier before the broadcast about publishing and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother ball game, at least to me, outside looking in. When you guys were doing it, you guys weren't worried about no fucking publishing. You wasn't worried about a master. What your goal was to lay a fucking record and get a record deal. You know what I mean? And now
your mom actually showed us. Then we took the CD and we mailed it back to ourselves or something.
Yeah, the ghetto copywriting. Yeah.
That's about as far as we cared about it.
Yeah, rest in peace, mama. Love you.
Yeah,
that was a good advice.
You know, so that was that was the difference. You know what I'm saying? Your guys's and your generation, yours was cut a record, get a record deal, because that's where the money's at. And then as time revealed, that wasn't the move. Getting that record deal, that's not where the money's at. You know what I mean? Right. The money is in the marketing, owning your own masters, which is something when you sign a record deal, you'll be lucky if you get 30% of your masters, if anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in retrospect, looking back, you guys was chasing the wrong thing. So, you know, granted, you didn't know no better because that was the move. Now with technology and social media and having access to people that we necessarily wouldn't have access to, we learned that that's not the move. The move is publication. The move is owning your masters. The move is having merch and being marketable outside of your music.
Right.
Because what I learned was it don't matter what type of music you make. If it's garbage, if it's hot, whatever. If a motherfucker fucks with you, if a motherfucker likes you, they're going to fuck with your music. They're going to accept you and support you. So that's why you see these artists on Instagram doing these, you know, these funny little skits and shit like that. Like, you know, there was an artist, I can't think off the top of his name is. I saw him everywhere on these skits and comedy skits. I didn't even know this motherfucker made music, you know, but I fucked with them because he was funny. So you know, they do their little skit and they you
learn to like them in different avenues, and then you figure out that they do other things and that they're actually pretty good at what they do and shit. Right.
It's just marketing is the fucking move.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? To any artist watching this shit right now, publication and marketing is what's fucking hot right now. You know what I mean?
What do you think about the fashion in hip hop, man?
I mean,
was that in the late 90s, early 2000s?
That's a big deal too.
What happened?
Hip hop.
Well, I mean, you know, check it out. In the 90s, 99 and shit, you had Mace and Puffy and them shiny ass cellophane space blankets. It's hot ass blankets, Rob. You know what I'm talking about? It's hot.
Trash bag, the black hefty bags, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
but you ain't never. It don't matter in all of hip hop, bro. You ain't never seen no damn rappers in no damn get up on stage in no damn dresses. What's going on with that?
Hey, bro. I mean.
What's going on with that, bro? It's just funny to me that somebody trying to rap hard and be a gangster, but he wearing a dress. It just, I just don't understand what the hell's going on with that shit today.
I think
this is after your era, though. Obviously, I know you.
Yeah, no, check it out. It's about marketing. It's marketing, bro. I put it this way: there's hundreds of thousands of motherfuckers trying to rap right now, but a motherfucker gets on that stage and spits in a fucking dress with a Chanel bag. That's who the fuck we're gonna be talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna go check. We're gonna go check this record out. We're gonna check this video out because a dude's in a fucking Fendi dress with a Chanel backpack
You're
he's
probably
spitting bars.
already thinking that you want to talk shit about this guy
Yes,
until you actually
we
see
go
his
into this
shit,
video.
and it might be hot.
We're typing in this fucking video with every intention to clown this motherfucker. Okay? And then we turn on that, fucking, we press play on that video, and that shit's hot. That shit goes.
I noticed that
That's
does
marketing,
happen
bro.
a lot.
That's marketing.
It makes you wonder, does it have to do?
I never really looked at it, I guess, like that, man. It just, you know, it is what it is. But now it makes sense since you put it that way.
Well, and it could just be how motherfuckers are, bro. Maybe this dude really be wearing over pencil skirts and fucking red bottoms and shit like that. It's like hip hop is the truest form of self-expression there is. Hey, to play devil's advocate, Andre 3000 was on some weird ass shit too. This just did not just happen.
But you want to know something?
I mean, he wore the Scottish. He wasn't in the dress. He wore the bagpipe dress. You know, the Scottish men.
No, he was in some weird ass shit.
But it was gimmicks, though. Those were gimmicks. Those were like
that's what this
were ways to sell himself because he set himself different from everybody else.
Everybody else.
Yeah, I could see that. I could
sort
see
of like a Prince thing, maybe.
But you know what happened though? What's weird about it? I think what throws a weird blanket over it, I think, or a weird feeling on it, is the fact that in 2020 and in the most recent years, you know, the LGBT community and the gay communities have come to light, you know, have been in more of the forefront of mainstream media, and their movements and issues have been kind of in the front of things. So when you see rappers kind of like wearing dresses and stuff, it almost fucks with the mind, you know.
Back in your guys' era of making music and shit, if there was like almost an undertone of like homophobia and shit like that, or like unacceptance, but it's like now we got, you know, Chance the Rapper's brother, Taylor Bennett, openly bi. You know, I mean, we got Frank Ocean, one of the dopest R&B artists ever, openly gay. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like.
And I also tell people a lot, like I work with a lot of youngsters in the restaurant that I work in. And these guys, they always like, they know I'm joking and stuff, obviously, because I give them a lot of shit, but I talk a lot of shit. You know, I'm a shit talker. And when they're like, dang, Mike, you're an asshole sometimes. And I'm just like, sorry, dude. I came from the bully era. Like, I mean, you know, we come from the era of like you said, there was like an undertone of homophobia, almost like if you didn't look cool, if you didn't dress the part, if you didn't look the part, then something was wrong with you, you know. And that's kind of the opposite today. It's like being who you are, dressing how you want to dress is way more accepted. People don't give a fuck no more. They don't care if you're wearing this, that, or the other thing. They don't care if you like guys or girls, you know, and it's more accepted now. So
well, 15 years ago, you had to have baggy clothes on to be a fucking rapper. You know what I'm saying? Baggy clothes, bling, bling. Now it's whatever you want to wear. High heels, dresses.
You can possibly find.
Face tattoos.
You know?
Yeah, all the tattoos, bro. That shit is fucking.
When are you gonna get your first face tat, Johnny Fro?
Man,
yeah, you're in the
Leave game. I got this motherfucker when I was 16 years old. I got the world in the palm of my hands. You know what I mean? I thought that was clever.
That was clever.
That's the only tattoo I got because that shit hurt so motherfucking bad, bro. Like I couldn't imagine getting something on my fucking face. Like fuck that, bro. Like I'm
like someone taking a fucking chisel and a hammer to your shit.
No.
Trust me.
I'm good on that. This is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
I got them done when I was 16. The motherfuckers hurt, boy.
Yeah, fuck that. Never in life.
Is that why you never got them touched up, huh?
Hell nah. Fuck them. Let them fade out.
This is almost 15 years ago, and I had never look at some of it's still not like shaded in because I was like, fuck no. Like, oh hell no. like you're out of your mind.
So Johnny Fro, where are you at as far as with your music and everything? What's going on for you in the next year with all this coronavirus going on?
Right. You know, with this,
are people even doing shows anymore?
Well, bro, I just saw a buddy of mine, Nice Enough Entertainment, Justin Strawstone, excuse me. You know, he just did the first show that I could think of that was really popping with strange music artist King ISO from Omaha. You know, Tech just signed him last year or a couple years ago, something like that. You know, they just had a show 2 or 3 days ago. You know what I mean? So that was the first time. You know, obviously taking precautions with the face coverings and the shit like that. But I mean, it got to go on. You know, like it like
show must go on.
I mean, as corny or as you know, ironic as the saying, it's just that's the motion, you know. But for a fucking hermit shut in like myself, this pandemic has been absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? I sit in my fucking space and I create music, and that allowed me to do that at my own pace. Not, you know, because no matter what artist says, like, oh, you know, I'm not worried about them, or I'm doing my own thing. Your eyes are on always someone else's paper, whether, you know what I mean, so to speak. Like, you know, what are they doing? There's always a sense of keeping up the Joneses. Not so much that I need to be like them, but it's just like, it's a competition. You know what I mean? Like, at least for me, I feel like we're all racing towards the same thing. And that's just like, you know, that's why me and Enzi work so well with each other, because we kept each other fucking motivated. We kept each other like wanting to impress one another.
Rob were, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Rob, we're always keeping each other motivated, bro. It seemed like me and you were the ones at the head of the table trying to like executive produce and just making sure that the shit ran the right way.
Everybody,
right.
Hell, the group was pretty deep. Who do we have? Bird, Hogan, Jay Skinny.
Yeah, Jay Skinny. Yeah. That's funny. Jay Skinny, actually, when you listen to some of his verses, when you go back and listen to some of his verses, I remember as a youngster, I was like, the fuck is this guy talking about, man? Fuck God. I thought it was
some
such
of the
weird
most
shit.
Politically incorrect shit I've ever heard anyone say was in that motherfucker's verses.
That and some of the truest shit though. Some of the truest shit. Like one of the lines he says in one of his songs, I think it was Frustration, where he says, people grabbing at my pockets everywhere I turn. Like, I thought that was the dumbest line for the longest time until I grew up and became an adult, not living in my mom's basement, and I actually had responsibility, and I understood that song. I finally understood what he meant by that, and now it has completely changed the way I listen to that line, because it's like, oh yeah, definitely know what that means, you know, like. But back then I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, this dude is crazy.
Well, I mean, but yeah, man, like I was able to, I've always been a hoarder of music, bro. I would be in the studio 8 hours, and, you know, I would do 2 written tracks. I go in there, okay, this is what I was going to do. And after I knock those 2 written tracks out, I'm babbling fucking freestyle tracks, doing a whole bunch of shit. And some of the tracks that resonate with people, or that people have on their playlist, are songs that I never would have ever thought anyone would want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because I use my writing as a tool of therapy. You know, I write down how I feel, what I thought, what having a lack of parental guidance, not having my children in my life, being a broke ass motherfucker, dealing with bullshit. You know,
sometimes those are the topics that inspire some of the best writings, honestly.
What exactly? You know, yeah. So and it's like, that's the shit that people want to hear.
Right. So so then your fans can expect something from you out of this coming up year. You got some projects in the works?
I got records dropping with you know, MC Gringo. Shouts out Houston, Texas. I got a Omaha Great in Skyrie of both on a record. You know, all recorded, mixed, and mastered at Make Believe. You know, which is all Omaha. You know what I mean?
Where can we find some of this stuff? Where would some of the viewers and fans be able to find some of this stuff? Do you got a website or a?
Yeah, man. So I mean, obviously, all platforms of social media: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, official Fro Frizzle. You know, that's where I'm most active, and we, you know, me and Enzi got some shit up our sleeves too. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's interesting to see how this pandemic has pivoted a lot of artists, and, you know, that goes into, you know, publication and shit like that. I'm gonna keep on telling you,
right. People are gonna have to create new. people are gonna have to create new ways of doing things now, right? Because like
yeah, oh
the
yeah,
new norm.
bro. Because I mean, I know I'm not gonna do a fucking concert anytime soon because I'm a paranoid ass motherfucker. But you know what I mean? There's other shit that you
There's
can
other
do.
ways.
You're seeing artists do you know, live stream concerts, in studio concerts, shit like that. So it's just a pivot and adapting, bro.
Right.
And
Well,
you do that, you do pretty good, you know. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at. I appreciate you guys having me, man. Like I said,
yeah, man, we
both
appreciate you stopping by today.
Yeah, both you guys are family. You know, but I respect and love you guys so much for what you did and the shit that you guys showed me. And you know, I definitely wouldn't
that, man.
or had the opportunities if it wasn't for your guys' groundwork and support. So yeah, man, like it's been a pleasure talking with you guys.
Yeah. It's good seeing you again, Johnny Fro, and you know we always gonna support you.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys.
Right on. All right, thanks for coming by, Johnny Fro. Good to see you. Make sure all you guys check him out on his Instagram, his Facebook, Fro Frizzle, official Fro Frizzle page, and like, share, and subscribe to him, man. Let's support Omaha. Thanks, bro. Right on. Well, that was a good, fun show, man. That was a good time. Kind of a little trip down memory lane.
Memory lane. I was just about to say that. Yep.
Right on.
Yeah,
well,
man.
And actually, Rob, I know the viewers been asking about what is Twooler.com, because you're the CEO of Twooler, or Twooler. How do you say that?
It's Twoler. It's actually however you want to pronounce it. You could be Tooler or Twoler. I call it Twoler. It's a blogging platform, kind of like it's a mix between Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. You can create groups on there. You can message people through there. You can actually create these awesome type of blog posts, you know, and actually get them to rank in Google. So I show people actually how to do this and how to make money online through Twoler and Twoler Marketing Group. You can find the links below this video as well, guys.
Right on. And so by joining Twoler, you said you can build groups with people, so like you can talk about anything, like or
yeah. Twoler, the reason why I created Twoler is because I noticed a lot of platforms out here are, you know, censoring a lot of people's, you know, topics or whatever, or messages that they want to, YouTube banning videos and stuff like that. You're allowed to upload, you know, short videos, your own short videos from your. If you feel like you're going to get, you know, banned or something's going to happen to your content on these social media platforms, I didn't want that for my users on Twoler. So you can pretty much talk about any topic on Twoler that you want to.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And it's basically just like another social media platform. What it is.
And that's kind of like what you do. Also, what you do in your spare time is you build these online businesses and you sell them and you create and you try to rank and all this stuff, right? Is that what you do?
Yeah. I actually I started back in like 2014. I kind of slid out of the music a little bit, and I wanted to learn how to create money or make money online. So eventually I wouldn't have to work one day. And that's what I'm doing. I learned this little method and created a website, a chicken coop website, to start selling chicken coops. I got them to rank in Google. I did about $200,000 in sales over like a 3-year period. You know, the chicken coop business was just hectic with the shipping. So I wanted something that really didn't cost as much for, you know, for my customers or something like that. And I really didn't want to have to do customer service. So I ended up selling the website on Flip for like almost 20 grand.
Nice.
Maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. And I went and reinvested the money into a different business, that's when Fortnite came out and started booming. So I spent a lot of the money invested into this Fortnite website. Well, Epic Games got all crazy and they started suing a lot of people for any type of Fortnite merchandise or anything, which I was drop shipping from AliExpress. So that Epic got to AliExpress and made them take all the Fortnite stuff down. So that kind of killed that website, and it was really going to take off for me. I was already seeing money trickle in, but like I said, I didn't want to get sued, so I had to shut the website down, and I lost out on like $3 grand out of that investing. So
So basically, what
long
you're
story
saying is
short,
that online money making is very possible, and it's not
well, it's
always.
definitely it's real, guys. It's real, and I make money to this day. And I actually have a better method. And I took the old methods that I've learned, and I created my own little network. And what I do now is actually show people how I went through it. And it took me a while to actually learn the methods and get all the information and all the knowledge. So what I do is provide people a shortcut, especially with the pandemic going on, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. It's hard to make money online until you learn how to make money online. And what I do is provide this information so you can do it within the first month or 2 months instead of it taking you 2 or 3 years or something like that.
And you teach, and you kind of teach and go over these things online. Where can
Yes,
people
I have
find that
actually
at Twoller?
Well, you can go to Twoller and click on one of the ads I have on the side, and it'll take you to actually there's 2 different websites I have in the network, and one is Twoller.com and the other one is getpaid.twoller.com. Okay. So they're both work together because the group is actually on Twoller itself, but the main part of the website where you'll actually make your money from promoting Twoller Marketing Group is on the getpaid.twoller.com site. So if you go there, I have tutorials showing you exactly step by step of how to get blog posts to rank in Google, just like how I did with the chicken coop website. I built a website around chicken coops, but with Twoller, I wanted something different. I didn't want to focus on just one main topic or one main niche. So that's why I created the social media platform, Twoller.com. That way I can target anything that I want to target. Okay. Right. And I show people exactly how to do this and how to get these small blog posts to rank. It's basically like finding the low hanging fruit, keywords, long tail keywords without a lot of competition. And that is easy to rank for, that you can rank for within like the first month and get it to rank in Google. And then you just place affiliate ads. Yeah. You just place affiliate ads on the, in your blog post, and then people click on those links, and when they purchase from the affiliate website that you sent them to, you'll get a commission for it. So I actually teach people how to do this. If you're interested, you can just click the link in the description, getpaid.twoller.com. Nice.
So there you have it, guys. That's what Twoller is, Twoller.com. I know you guys have been wondering about that. And you know, we also obviously Rob does other things. He can show you how to make money online. Especially now in these days right now where, you know, a lot of, like you said, a lot of people are out of jobs. You need ways to make money. Go check it out, guys. What was the link again?
The link is there's two websites in the network. It's Twoller.com, which will flash right now, and then there's getpaid.twoller.com. We'll flash both of those on the screen right now, and you can also click on them in the description down below.
Okay. And the get
and also we will leave a link.
Is the
we'll also leave a link. Yeah, we'll also leave a link for there's a song that actually me, Johnny, and Mike recorded a few years back. If you guys want to hear us all together, we'll leave the SoundCloud links for the whole, where you can find the whole H.F.L CD, all our old stuff, and then we did a recent song, me, Johnny Fro, Mikey V. We'll also leave a link to that in the description as well.
I know. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That was pretty much our show. We appreciate you guys stopping by. Remember to tune in. Check us out at What the Fuck America YouTube. Make sure to check us out at What the Fuck America Facebook and What the Fuck America 19 on our Twitter account. And make sure you guys are tuning in next week for another great show. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thanks a lot, guys.
Peace.
See you later. Bye. What the fuck, America? Like, what the fuck? You know?